Hi friends, it's Miles here. It's Bob. How you doing, Bob?
Well, I'm all right. How are you, Miles?
Well, I have some news actually, and it's sad news, Bob, because I'm leaving North London.
What?
Look, well, I've actually signed for Manchester United as of this season, I'm afraid. So I'm leaving my role at the club.
Contractually, Miles, are you not honoured to see out your contract?
Well, I've decided I'm just going to pay it off and join United.
Pay it off?
No, I'm joking. Of course, I'm North London for life. But Bob, in the meantime, I have been at United. For those of you not watching, I went to Old Trafford for the new kit launch of the new kit.
It's a lovely
and I've been gifted the new United home shirt with my name on the back of it. So I haven't actually signed for United, but
so Expired Film Club.
Yeah.
Just explain to everyone what that is.
Well, so outside of obviously my very serious role in North London, I'm a goalkeeper coach now these days, am I?
Yes.
In the background staff.
Yes.
After having been the goalkeeper for years,
You're part of the think tank.
Okay, fine. So in real life, I run this thing called Expired Film Club, which is basically where I go and I shoot sporting events on film cameras, old film cameras, 35mm film. I've got some cameras that go back 100 or so years. Anyway, I've been very lucky over the past few months to have worked with Man United a few times.
I think it's called talent.
And anyway, they invited me along to be part of the new home shirt launch, which was on Monday of this week. And so I went to Old Trafford with Dylan,
who was on the show last week.
Previous guest on last week's show, because he came along and aside from doing a bit of content for me, he was my model for the day because So I was asked down there as part of what they're dubbing the Creators Academy, which is a new initiative for Man United.
Wow.
So I was there along with sort of 30 or 40 other creators of all sorts, whether photographers, videographers, or just kind of influencer people, presenters, that sort of thing.
Yes.
And we were all given the new home shirt, and we had a brief where we had to go out into the city of Manchester or around Old Trafford to make content with the new home kit. The brief was just as simple as be creative. That was the entire brief we got.
Right.
So then we met at Old Trafford at 8:30 in the morning. They gave us a little briefing in the stadium and they said, right, off you go. You got 5 hours. So we had 5 hours to go and create content.
In Manchester? Around Manchester?
Around Manchester, yeah. So they said that we had use of Old Trafford if we wanted to.
Right.
But they said to bear in mind that obviously we have a lot of content around Old Trafford, seeing as they are Man United. So I went off with the home shirt with Dylan to Salford Lads Club, which is
Salford Lads Club?
Yeah, which is a club. It's founded in 1903, to be precise, and it was designed for young lads of Salford who maybe came from slightly underprivileged backgrounds to have somewhere to go and to train. They did weightlifting and boxing and played football and stuff in the club.
Right.
And it's been going for 120 years, so I thought it would be cool to head there. It was also the location of a famous album cover by the Smiths. Morrissey and those guys were photographed outside in black and white, and the Salford Lads Club sign is behind them. Anyway, I thought it would be cool to go there and take a camera from the year that the Salford Lads Club was founded, 1903, and photograph the new home shirt. And so, anyway, it's a competition, which I haven't found out the results of yet, but all of the creators who went out to create the content then submit their content to Man United, and there's a panel. They said that a player is going to be on the panel. We don't know which player it is yet. And members of the United staff and marketing team are going to select their favourite from all the people who created the content. And that is going to be used in the global campaign for the new kit. It's going to be shown on the outside of the stadium. You get VIP access to games at Old Trafford, and you get a goodie bag and all that sort of stuff. And so I really want to win. Anyway, So there's
a chance that Dylan will be projected onto the outside
There is indeed. There is a
slim
chance. I mean, obviously, if I don't win, it's just an absolute honour to be invited, and there's so many great people who've created stuff. I'd be surprised if I do win, but if I do, Dylan,
I wouldn't be surprised if I win.
Well, if I do, Dylan's mug will be on the outside of Old Trafford for all to see for the rest of the season. So that's been my last few days. So you've not too much over the weekend, Bob?
Well, over the weekend, what did I do? Went down, actually, I must be honest, the North Star saw quite a lot of me this weekend.
This is the local pub.
They do the best beers there anywhere. You know, my absolute favourite is Village Idiot.
Yeah.
You know, they've stopped doing it now.
Well, actually, the last few times we've been, it's not been on tap, has it?
No, because there's some...
Were you the only customer?
Yes.
You were the Village Idiot.
Yes. So, but no, there's been something wrong at the brewery.
Oh, dear. Yeah, because it's a local brewer, isn't it? Abingdon Bridge, right?
Yes. So they've not been supplying in quite the same way. So mind you, I've found a good substitute.
Okay.
Hullabaloo.
Hullabaloo.
Hullabaloo. Hullabaloo, currently my favourite beer.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
What, describe it to us, Bob. What sort is it like an ale? Is it a lager?
It's a pale ale.
Okay, pale ale.
It's a sort of golden ale.
Right, nice.
I like to think of it as being.
Yeah, I like a golden ale. I'll tell you what I really like. There's a beer made by Fuller's, I think, called Honeydew.
Oh, okay.
It's like a sort of slightly honey-infused golden ale. It's fucking delicious.
Oh, is it?
Love it. I'll tell you what
Honeydew?
Honeydew, I think it's called.
Right,
yeah.
right.
You can find it in bottles and shops, but they do it at Pizza Express randomly. Remember
Do they?
Yeah, went for a Pizza Express one time, had a pizza and a bottle of Honeydew, and it was glorious. Yeah.
Oh, that's an evening, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it was nice. It was nice.
Yeah.
I always remember there was a Pizza Express next to Radio 2 for years. Is it still a Pizza Express? Or is it changed now?
I can't remember what it is now, but it isn't a Pizza
We
Express.
spent many nights at that Pizza Express.
We did, yes. Yeah, we did.
So me and Bob have probably quite different eating habits, like tastes. We don't often like the exact same sorts of food, but there's one particular variation of food that I totally agree with you with, and it's your pizza choice at
Fiorentina.
at Pizza Express.
A Fiorentina with extra tuna
Yeah.
and extra anchovies.
I know. I say this to people when I go.
And lots of garlic oil.
Yeah, the chili oil. Yeah,
and
I'm with you, 100%.
Just wedges
It's
it
so
out.
good.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, I've every time I go to Pizza Express and I say this is my order, everyone's like, "What? You're adding tuna and anchovies to that pizza?"
It works.
And I'm
It works.
You got to trust me. You got to trust my dad. But
Yeah.
Of everything,
Try it,
Yeah.
honestly.
Next time you're at Pizza Express, grab yourself a Fiorentina, because the Fiorentina itself is a pizza.
Yeah.
It's got like spinach on, but it has an egg in the middle of it, doesn't
Yes,
it? Which again
yes.
sounds really weird. But so they make the pizza and they put the egg in, and obviously when they put it into the pizza oven, the egg cooks, but the yolk can sometimes still be a little bit runny, which is
what the idea is, because you just pierce it,
Yeah.
and then you've got the egg yolk sort of just mushing.
I know. It's
gorgeous.
It sounds out there, but it's worth a try.
No, honestly, it isn't.
I've made a
It's
Fiorentina.
a culinary classic.
Yeah, I've made a Fiorentina at home a few times because we've got pizza oven, me and my wife, and if you get it right, make the dough and you prepare it, and then you crack the egg into the middle of the pizza and just put it straight into the pizza oven.
Yes.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so there you go.
Where are we? We're about
Yeah.
just over halfway through the Euros now.
Yes, we are. Yeah, so we're recording this actually on Tuesday morning. So last night, obviously, was Cristiano Ronaldo's reprieve.
Yes.
My goodness.
Yes.
Because he missed his penalty. Right, I tweeted this.
Okay.
I've said this before.
Right.
I think, let's say over the last decade or so, I don't think there's been a better goalkeeper in the world than Jan Oblak for
In fact,
Slovenia.
I was thinking perhaps you should have recommended him for North London.
Oblak. Yeah. Well, because I don't know whether he would. He seems very loyal to Atletico Madrid, doesn't he? Though, because he's been there.
I mean, I've got David De Gea, so I'm okay.
Yeah. But Oblak, I think he's been a fantastic keeper, and he saved the Ronaldo penalty. But obviously, if we're talking about goalkeepers, Diogo Costa for Portugal was the hero of the day, wasn't he? That save in extra time, and then saved all 3 penalties.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was one of the names that was touted for United, wasn't he, before he signed Onana?
Yes.
And
I've really warmed to Onana, though. I think, and he's a lovely guy.
Yeah,
looking at him,
I know.
His interviews and stuff. He's so he smiles and he just seems really nice.
Yeah, everyone wants him to do well, don't they?
They do.
Me and Dylan are having this conversation. We think he's going to come really good next season. Yeah. Anyway, so obviously, Bob, we left last time. We're in 2011 to 12 with North London at this present moment.
We're not thinking back on England then at all, are we? That very surreal match.
We can.
It's one of the most surreal games I think I have ever seen.
We watched it here in the living room, didn't we?
We did.
It was surreal because, it came out of absolutely nowhere. That obviously the Jude Bellingham goal was a stroke of genius.
Yeah.
But then also having Harry Kane score within sort of a minute and a half of the extra time
I think
starting.
they were stunned by the fact that we had actually got into their penalty
Well,
area.
I mean, to be fair, if you were Slovakia and you'd got essentially 30 seconds from victory, you would be crushed when you're going into the extra time, and you could tell that. But then we scored the second goal.
Yes.
And then we're just like, all right, then let's just revert back to how we were playing, I guess.
We'll take off all the attacking players.
It was such a weird game.
We were playing, in the last 10 minutes, we were playing a 9-1-0 formation.
Yeah, I know.
Weren't we?
I've
never seen it. Just
was
a
mad.
massive, great line of white at the back.
It's so strange. Like, a lot of teams, I think, are more scared to lose than they want to to win this tournament. Because I think France, again, are setting up. They seem to have just told Kylian Mbappe to play it a bit safe this tournament. Portugal were not. All Portugal seem to want to do is just get Ronaldo to score a goal, don't they? It's quite funny watching that now because like even in the team, and I was listening to the radio about this, about how like it's a funny situation for the Portuguese squad because a lot of the players in there are really young and Ronaldo literally is their hero. And so when they're playing with him in the squad, they sort of want to pass him all the time for him to score. Is that at the detriment of a team performance now? It's such a funny thing with Ronaldo. And then obviously he missed that penalty and he was absolutely sobbing his eyes out, wasn't he?
Yeah. But what about Nuno Mendes?
I didn't watch loads of the game actually, so I couldn't comment on his performance.
Was he good? Absolutely. No, I felt watching him last night that he was another triumph of my scouting system.
Well, Jamal Musiala's been one of the stars of the Euros.
Yeah, he has. You see?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think the North London scouting system has got to be one of the best.
Yeah,
I mean, we do get some
track
great
record.
Yeah. But I tell you what, it looks like I'm going to have to let De Ligt to go to
it looks like United. I tell you what, for 40 million, I'm taking that.
It's a bargain.
Yeah, I'm taking that. I would love that. Obviously, did him and Martinez play together at Ajax for a bit, possibly?
I think they must have done. I don't know for sure, but they must have done.
He's 24.
Yes.
Proven. Yes, potentially he's not reached the absolute heights that people thought he might do, but he's not been bad.
No.
And he's still so young.
Yeah.
Big presence, and also him and...
Does well. Great for North London.
Yeah.
I don't want to sell him.
Oh, well.
But you see, if United come in and he really wants to go, I'm going to have to let him go. It's not going to be great.
You have to replace him with somebody. Yeah.
I know.
You have to go into your scouting network.
Yeah.
Anyway,
from what you've seen then of central defenders in the Euros.
I'll tell you what.
Who would you recommend?
Calafiori in Italy. He was a centre-back. Calafiori. He fits your mould of a slightly attacking centre-back. I don't know whether you saw there was a goal, that late equaliser that Italy scored where I can't remember the name of the left winger, curled one into the top corner brilliantly.
Yes.
Calafiori took it from the centre-back position and ran all the way through midfield to the edge of the area and passed it to him. So I'd say him, myself.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he fits the North London mould. And again, he's only about 23, 24, so he's got some time ahead of him.
Yeah. Okay.
So speaking of North London,
I'll scout him a bit more then.
Yeah, do it. I think he plays for maybe Atalanta or something in Serie A. Yeah.
Mind you, by the time the season starts, I would have wanted to sign him. So... and I can't watch him in the Euros anymore because they're out.
Well, I'll tell you what. If you agree with me or if you have any recommendations, so Bob needs a centre back for North London for next season.
Yes,
let us know.
An attacking centre back.
There you go, attacking centre back for next season. So leave a comment with who you think we should sign for next season. And speaking of North London, Bob, so obviously we're in the 2011 to 12 season right now.
Okay,
we left it last episode at the turn of 2011. I think you were second or third, but you were 2 points off top. And you had a game in hand.
Oh, okay. So we're in quite a good position.
Yeah, so you're currently third, having played 17 games, 43 points.
Just remind me who's in the team at this point.
So, in terms of the last game that we played, I was in goal.
Yep.
You got Booker, Godin, Haynes and Bennett at the back.
Godin was good.
Schweinsteiger and Weber.
No, he played for Atletico.
Yeah.
He was fantastic.
Yeah.
Because he had a bit of grit and, he had a bit of the Yapstam about him.
He did. Yeah, Uruguayan, wasn't he? Yeah.
Yes.
So Schweinsteiger, Weber in defensive mid, Ozil, Eriksson and Dylan across midfield.
Right.
With Benzema up front. On the bench was both the Barnards. Simon Asta, Mats Hummels, Pato, Giax, and Toklov. So that's where the team is looking right now.
Yeah.
So you're
Eriksson, this was in the very early days of his
18.
career. Yeah.
I think in this, let's see, at the start of the season. Yeah, 18 years old. I know.
Yeah.
And you signed Nathan Redmond at the start of the season as well.
Yes.
So things are looking good.
Yep.
A win in your game in hand and you're top of the league basically.
Right. Okay. So
if we enter, we've had some comments on social media about bringing back some of the football pointless quizzes, Bob.
Oh, okay.
So, let's before we go into the results, because there's some big results coming up. Just keep you on the edge of your seat. I have saved some football pointless questions. So this is, if you've not played pointless before, basically what you're trying to do is there's a question that's asked to 100 people, and you have to try and find the correct answer that the least amount of people would have guessed.
That's a good way of putting it.
And so therefore, if you get a pointless answer, that means that it's correct, but nobody guessed it. So you've got excellent knowledge.
Yes.
So that's the pointless music playing. I'll turn my phone down. Okay.
I quite like it. gives a sense of anticipation.
Yeah, I just don't know whether it'd be copyrighted, so maybe we'll have to,
no, that's true.
Okay, Bob, there we go.
Okay.
So what we're going to do when we do the pointless quiz is we work together, don't we? So we've got, because in the actual pointless, you go on as pairs, don't you? In the
Yes, you do. Well, although
in the
each
celebrity version, possibly.
Yeah, but they're on each other's side. But
you
in the
can't-
early rounds, you can't confer.
Well, we're
we're through to the semi-final.
Okay, fine. We're in the semi-final. Yeah, okay, fine.
Yes.
So play along at home, and we'll do a couple of pointless questions through the show. This is the first one then, Bob. So,
okay.
By the way, shout out to Won the Ball, which is the TikTok account that I get these football pointless
What's it
questions
called?
from. Won the Ball.
Won the ball.
Yeah, as in WON. Won the ball.
Oh, okay.
Like a challenge.
Right.
All right. Here it is then. Name any club beginning with S to have ever played in the Premier League. And it says there are 7 possible correct answers here.
Do you know who I'm going to go for immediately?
Yeah.
Swindon.
Were they in the? So now when
I think they were in the Premier League in the very, very early
like
days.
in the early 90s.
I think they were.
Okay, right. So let's work this out. Swindon, Stoke,
Yes.
Sunderland,
Yes.
Southampton, Swansea.
Yeah. Spurs.
Could you put Spurs?
No, that doesn't count.
Other teams that would be going with S that would have been in.
Sheffield Wednesday, Sheffield United.
Okay, well if that's 7,
Yeah.
then you'd say Swindon would be the least.
I mean, I'm 90% sure they're in the Premier League.
Yeah,
at
in
that
the early
point,
90s.
In the early 90s.
Yeah.
They were certainly in the first division very, very briefly at some point, put it that way. But how
Swindon
confident
Town.
I am that...
Well, so if we take Swindon out of that,
Yeah.
we've got 6 answers already, haven't we?
Yes.
So what do we say? Stoke, Southampton, Sunderland, Sheffield United, Sheffield Wednesday.
yeah.
What was the other one I said? Swansea.
Swansea, yeah.
So if we can't think of another one that starts with S, maybe Swindon is the one.
Yeah. If we get that wrong, that's 100 points, though, isn't it?
I know.
And
I'm
we
going to leave
don't
it to you,
start
Bob.
well.
You can decide. What do you think? Because out of the other ones, which one would
Yes.
you say is the least likely? Maybe Swansea? Or maybe
Maybe
Sheffield
Swansea.
Wednesday, possibly?
Was Sheffield Wednesday they were,
They
weren't
definitely were in the
actually?
Premier League at some point, yeah.
In that
Yeah.
case, then I go Sheffield Wednesday.
Okay, not Swindon?
I'm just not 100% sure.
Okay, so
It'd be awful to get 100 points.
Right,
wouldn't it?
okay. So we say Sheffield Wednesday.
Yeah.
And if Swindon come up, we'll give ourselves a...
A pat on the back.
Yeah, okay. All right, ready? Here we go. Answers then.
Okay.
So, Southampton, the most common, 76.
Yeah.
Sheffield United, 71. Sunderland, 43.
Yeah.
Stoke, 37.
Yes.
Swansea, 29.
Okay.
Sheffield Wednesday, 18. So
Yes.
it's good. Swindon, 3. It was right. You should have backed yourself. You should have backed yourself. Oh, wow.
I just wasn't 100% sure.
We got them all though.
Yeah,
good,
we did.
Good knowledge from the two of us there.
Yeah,
That's
really.
Good. So
what's
we got
our score?
we got 18. So it's still a good
It's
score.
not too bad,
Yeah,
is it?
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Swindon 3. That great shout. Amazing.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, anyway, so we got 18.
Yeah,
If
okay.
you played along at home, let us know how you did.
Yes.
And we'll resume with some pointless questions later in the show. But great knowledge of Premier
Yeah.
League teams beginning with S from the two of us there, Bob. I think.
I think you're right.
I think we did well.
Yes, we did.
All right, anyway.
I should have backed myself with Swindon, though.
Swindon. So I wonder how long they were.
I shall regret this for the rest of my life, Miles.
I'm gonna very quickly just check how long Swindon were in the Premier League for.
I think
and when it was.
a
'Cause
season.
Do you think it was like the very first season, possibly? of the
Right,
Premier League?
early
Like 90,
days,
it was
wasn't it?
92, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, let's just have a quick look. All right, Swindon Town season history. 93-94.
Just that one
That's
season.
one season. They
Yeah.
finished 22nd. So they finished bottom of
Yeah.
what was a 22-team
Yeah.
league back then.
Yeah.
One season. Hey, Bob,
I
good
know.
stuff, though.
Well, courage of the conviction.
I know, I should have backed yourself.
I should have backed myself.
Yeah, go
But
with
you know,
your
that
guts and
little
all that.
seed of doubt, you don't want to get 100-pointer.
You sound like Gareth Southgate.
Yes. Oh, did you see that? Yeah. Did you see that thing of there was a thing on Instagram the other day saying there was a picture of him, and the caption underneath was Gareth Southgate is the kind of guy who would put his iPhone on battery. What's the name?
Oh yeah, low battery mode.
On low battery mode at 99%.
Yeah.
And that sums up the way England have been playing. Sums up my attitude towards going for Swindon Town as well, actually.
There you go, you're learning from Gareth.
Yeah.
Anyway. Well, the fourth official is holding up his board, and it looks like we're about to approach the half-time break, Bob. So we better hear from our sponsors.
Yeah, no injuries at half-time, so we'll be back after the half-time interval.
So yeah, 2 points off top, but, but a game in hand. So the first game of 2012 against Aston Villa at home. How about this? 6-1.
6-1.
That's the way to start the year.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Godin from a corner, Benzema with 2, Weber, Asta from a corner, and Dylan as well.
Yes.
It says here you scored 50th goal in all competitions. Weber scores his first goal of the season, which is surprising because he had quite a good goal scoring season last year.
Prolific.
Swamp Villa with awesome attacking performance, it says here. That's what we like to hear.
See,
that's what we need from England.
It is.
Yeah.
And what I think is really good, when you see a team kick off, is literally from the kickoff.
Yeah.
This is what I tell the North London players to do. Swamp the opposition.
Yeah.
Just absolutely go for them from the kickoff.
You need a very high level of fitness, don't you, to be able to do it?
No kicking around and square passing and back passing. You just go for it.
Yeah.
And if you can get a really early goal and then a second goal within the first 20 minutes, you're then in control of the match.
Yeah, true.
And from then on, you can play the way you want to.
Yeah.
But in the first few minutes, you're just going for that goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Bob, speaking of swamping, North London home against Wigan, 4-2.
Right.
An own goal in 61st minute. I know. Ozil Benzema with 2. So there you go. And then following that up, away at Ewood Park, Blackburn Rovers.
Yes.
6-0.
Whoa. 16 goals in 3 games. That's
Ericsson,
more like it.
Dylan with 2, Benzema with 2, and Bennett says here, brilliant performance, best of the season so far.
So Benzema has got 6 goals in 3 games?
He's absolutely smashing the goals in right now. It means actually, so at the end of January, you are still second, but you've got 2 games in hand and you're 2 points off United. So
and how many goals have I scored?
You have scored.
Because normally what I've got more into the habit of doing.
Scored and conceded. So actually, the last few games have massively improved your goal scoring numbers. You've scored 45 and conceded 9 in 20 games. So City at this point has scored 60 goals that season. Wow. So there we are. So that's at the end of January. Into Feb. And Bob, well, this is a bit disappointing. It's a 1-0 defeat to Liverpool at Anfield, which is a rare occasion for North London. I think that might be the first time you've ever lost to Liverpool, you know. I can't remember you having lost a game to Liverpool.
No. Is there any comment? Have I made any comment?
Just a goal from a corner.
Goal from a corner, that was it.
That's it. Anyway.
North London went through a little patch.
Yeah.
It was a defensive hiccup that we had to overcome.
Yeah.
Conceding goals from corners.
Conceding goals. Now, so when you concede, so obviously when you're kicking the ball around in the house,
yes,
a corner.
Yes.
Explain. By the way, just before you do that, if you go onto our socials, you'll be able to see videos of Bob playing out a game, so you can understand how this all works.
Well, at least walking through
how it happens.
How it happens.
But
so
in the living room. So you're aiming for the front of the coffee table.
It's the coffee. By the way, did you see on the comments after we'd posted that film?
Yeah.
Somebody saying. They thought that the
doorway was the goal. I know.
No, it's the little coffee table. That's what I aim for. So in the sitting room, I've got a buffet that's on an angle. And if I'm taking a corner from the left, the idea is that I aim for that buffet, and if it hits the buffet and goes into goal, that's a goal. And that was happening to us defensively far too regularly. So if it's from the left, it's that. If it's from the right, then I'm aiming for the log basket.
Okay,
and the log basket, if the log basket gets a glancing header, it'll go in the bottom left-hand corner. Yeah.
Amazing. So you're just too accurate with the corner kicks. Because actually, there have been quite a few corners scored in the last few games. Because it says on these results where there were goals from corners. So against Villa, you scored 2 corners.
Right.
There was a header scored against Wigan, which would have been this similar thing, I guess, but not from a dead ball, right? So if it's a regular header,
yes.
So when you're crossing the ball in, if it's not a corner,
crossing the ball in,
did you aim to do the same thing?
That would be Ian Giggs.
Although he's retired this season.
Well, we Dylan taking the ball to the byline and crossing back.
Okay.
And then somebody coming in and, Matt Astor these days is my secret weapon.
He's the one, is he? Yeah, brilliant.
He comes zooming in from right back to meet the cross on the edge of the penalty area.
So speaking of corners, you score another one in the next game. 4-0 at home to West Brom. Good bouncing back from the Liverpool game.
Okay.
Benzema gets a hat-trick. He's on fire.
I tell you, one of the things that's happened in the Euros after the first week, we're not seeing those long-distance goals.
No, I know. It was a shame, isn't it? Because there were so many brilliant goal scorers at the start.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you see, I maintain with North London that one of the most potent forms of attacking is the long range shot, because you just can't defend against it.
No.
You just can't. If somebody's coming in from deep and I don't know, somebody squares the ball to them and they can hit a real rocket from 25 or 30 yards, you cannot defend against it.
No, nothing you can do, is there? No,
it's one of the things that we practice over and over and over again in training.
Long shots.
Is long range shooting.
Yeah, yeah. So 4-0 winning against West Brom, and then away at Old Trafford, a 3-1 victory over Man United. So that's a great result for you guys.
That is a great result.
Benzema scores again.
Yes.
Dylan and Eriksen.
How many has he got now in the last few games?
But it's a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah. It says Benzema scores team's 50th Premier League goal of the season. Wonderful, sharp performance, high quality game. So you were on fire that night, Bob. And that result.
I'm so happy I used to do these little summaries.
That result puts you top of the league.
Yeah.
For what seems to be the first time, if not this season, in a while. So you've played 23, you've got 58 points. City actually are in second. They've played a game less than you now, but they've got 54. So first
well,
place
the whole
is
of the
decided.
22-23 season, it would have been, at no point did I top the league. I went something like 19 months without reaching the top of the league.
Well, I'll tell you what, Bob.
Okay.
Why don't we do another football point this is, and we'll see how see how many points we can not rack up.
I'll go with my instinct this time.
Okay. God, this is quite tough.
Okay,
Next one, right? Okay, so it's here. Name any Ivorian, so somebody from the Ivory Coast, to have scored 10 plus Premier League goals. And there's 9 possible answers to this, apparently.
Oh my goodness.
So obviously, Didier Drogba.
Yes.
Chelsea had Kalou, he was Ivorian. Wilfred Bonny, he was Ivorian, that's 3.
Yeah.
Gervinho for Arsenal, he must have scored 10. That's 4.
Oh no!
Because I think I can get some of these. Right.
Okay.
Drogba.
Where was Kanu?
Nigeria.
No.
Drogba. Kalou.
Yeah.
What else did I say? Bonny. Gervinho. Yaya and Kolo Touré must have both scored 10 goals.
Okay.
So I'm sure there are more than I'm not thinking. I think Max Cradle played for Bournemouth, but I don't know whether he scored 10. Ivory Coast. I'm just going to say Kolo Touré.
Okay.
Let's see how we do. Yeah.
Okay. All right then.
Okay. Drogba was his first one. Then Yaya Touré. Wilfried Zaha, of course. He now plays for Ivory Coast, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Bonny, Kalou, Nicolas Pepe for Arsenal.
Okay.
Kolo Touré, 10.
That's not bad.
That's not bad.
No, that's not bad at all.
Sebastian Haller, as well. He played for West Ham.
Okay.
And Maxwell Cornet. That's a shout. That would have been a pointless answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know him.
Okay. Okay. Right. Well, should we try a different one then, Bob? Or...
Yeah, try a different one. I think that's
okay. Let me see then. So these are all they're all in like nationality based. This round of football points by the way.
Is it? Oh.
So this says name any Spanish player to score a Premier League hat trick.
Oh, okay.
Right, and there are 8 possible answers to this apparently.
Fernando Torres was it? Obviously
must have been. Yeah.
Yes, he got 3 against us, didn't he? Wasn't it that famous game against where he absolutely destroyed Nemanja Vidic?
I don't think he got a hat trick, but he definitely got at least one.
Yeah.
But Torres would have scored.
But Torres would have, wouldn't he? Spanish players. So
did Mata ever score a hat trick?
Don't think so.
Mata, David Silva, did he ever score a hat trick? Morata
might have.
Diego
done.
Costa.
Costa would have.
He would have scored a hat trick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. That's the thing of any others,
isn't it? This is a good one.
Other Spaniards to have.
The Arsenal midfielder who's now a pundit and really good.
Fabregas. Oh, would he ever have scored a hat trick?
I don't know.
He definitely scored 2 in the game.
He did, didn't he? This is a good one.
This is hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
This whether we go for a banker or we because also Pedro played for Chelsea for a bit, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Would he have got a hat trick whilst he was there?
Oh my goodness.
Here's a fact about Pedro that I saw on TikTok the other day.
Okay.
There's a really cool account of a guy who he finds like vintage Premier League boots that have been match worn. And I guess he's got a store of them and he sells them. Anyway, he had a pair of Pedro's match worn boots. Do you know what size foot he was?
What?
5.
5?
Yeah, size 5. Tiny little feet, older Pedro. You had to get them custom made.
How niche can you go?
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. Anyway.
So what are we saying?
Oh, the Spaniards. Oh, man, this is tough. Oh, didn't Michu play for Swansea? Was he Spanish? Remember Michu?
I do remember Michu, yeah. He had that one golden season, didn't he?
He might be a really good... Did he get a hat-trick in that season? Because if he did, that would be a really uncommon answer, I think.
Let's go for it.
Michu?
Go for it.
All right, here we go.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, here are the correct answers then, Bob.
Okay.
Fernando Torres, 58.
Yeah.
Diego Costa, 39.
Okay.
Jose Perez, 23.
Mm-hmm.
Alvaro Morata, 15.
Yeah.
Gerard Deulofeu, 9.
Go on.
Ferran Torres, 6. Oh, no, I don't think we've done it. And 2 pointless answers.
Go on.
Santi Cazorla and Jordi Gomez. So Michu must never have scored a hat-trick.
Oh, no, that's 100 points.
Oh, I'm sorry. To be fair, I'm surprised, like, some of those would have been... that's quite a tough one.
Is he even Spanish?
Michu? I was sure he was Spanish. Let me have a look. Michu. Oh, God. Let's see.
There he is, look. What is he?
Yeah, Spanish former professional footballer who played for Swansea. So it was... Well, it was
that golden season wasn't quite as golden as we probably thought it was.
Hey!
What?
Premier League goal scorers quiz. How many Premier League goals do you reckon Michu scored? This is an interesting one, actually. So alongside Football Pointless, we also do this thing where we have to guess exactly how many goals a player has scored through their career in the Premier League.
Yes.
Closest gets 1 point. If you get it bang on, you get 3. So Michu...
13.
Oh, no, it's got to be more than 13.
Is it?
Because he was at Swansea for more than a season, I think.
Yes, but wasn't one of those seasons in the Championship?
I don't know. I think I was going to go more like 35 or something like that.
Okay.
I would say.
I might get a point here, folks.
20. What did you say?
13.
So you were 7 off. Yeah, so you do get a point.
Yes.
20? That's mad. So he scored 18 goals in that magnificent season.
Yes, and then that was it.
And then he got 2 the season after, and that was it.
There was it reminds me actually slightly of one of the forwards that I signed for North London in the late 80s. This is a sort of lost time of North London because I wasn't keeping day-by-day stats in the way that I did do once we got into the 90s.
How does this work then? It was just in your head?
87 it was, yeah.
But you just...
Nick Scott.
Who's Nick Scott?
Got 19 goals in his first 20 matches. And then only 1 through the whole of the rest of the season.
He was your Michu.
He was my Michu.
Who is Nick Scott?
He was Val's brother.
Wow. Okay, well, there you go.
Yeah. Whose son, by the way, played
he was actually
in the Italian league.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, right, back to North London then, Bob. So, top of the league. Going through February now. Mm-hmm. Next game is at home to Sunderland, one of the pointless answers from earlier. And it's a 1-1 draw. Dylan with an 81st minute equaliser. It says all over Sunderland for the first 35 minutes. Hit woodwork 5 times, but can't take chances. Sunderland gain control following substitution and score.
Right.
So you took Ericsson off for Webber in the 55th minute. That might have been. And it says
stiffen up the midfield.
North London fight back into the game. Dylan scores brilliant individual equaliser and becomes team's second highest Premier League goal scorer with 70.
Wow.
Go on, Dylan. You guest on the show last week. Also, my model when I was shooting for Man United this week. So he's very multifaceted, old Dylan, isn't he?
Yes. So there's one route to goal. Which is really, really complicated.
And you had to dribble through stuff.
And I think it might have been that.
Yeah.
Because the coffee table in the hall, which is the long-range shooting goal. Also, at this end, of course, there's the equivalent goal mouth at this end as well, with the 2 legs and the crossbar. Now, if I'm building up a move from in here, let's say, and I'm going across and I'm going in between the...
Where in the pitch is this?
This is probably 30, 35 yards out.
Okay.
Central to... If that's the goal, so it's slightly to the right of the goal.
Okay.
So I've got to build up a move.
And this is the room that we're literally recording in right now. That's what I was referring to.
So I've got to build up a move where I'm maybe hitting the radiator, somehow threading it between the table legs there.
Okay.
And I'm coming round, lots and lots of 1-2s.
Right.
And then I pass to the boot case in the hall.
Yeah.
Come and take the ball in the in the doorway here. And if I just knock it slightly to the left and move it forward, I can then see the goal.
Okay.
Now, there's lots of things in the way.
Okay, so it's got to be a very precise
So it's got to be
finish.
very, very precise. And I think I remembered that goal because I hit it perfectly after quite a long build-up and scored, and I was Dylan.
Brilliant. Well, good on Sunage for scoring the goal.
Yeah.
So, 1-1 against Sunderland. An important goal, as it turns out.
Yeah.
And then away at Fulham, 3-0. Lovely stuff. It says flattering scoreline.
Oh.
Fulham dangerous in second half. Kaká's goal from a defensive mistake changes the game. And
Kaká was so brilliant.
also in that game, Nathan Redmond makes his first Premier League start and scores 2 goals.
2 goals, wow.
So Nathan Redmond plays on the left wing, number 42.
Number 42.
In this.
That's Musiala's number this season.
Is it? Yeah, because he is that in real life, isn't he? So now you and Man United both played the same amount of games, 25. You are top by 4 points. You've got 62 points.
Yeah.
United on 58. And actually City are a point back from them, but they've played a game less. So 3-horse race as it stands in the Premier League.
I love being able to follow my players in the Euros.
Yeah.
It's just so great.
Yeah.
Nuno Mendes doing so well I think he's a wonderful player.
Yeah, he's looking good.
Yeah, he really is.
Yeah.
And of course, Musiala.
Yeah.
Playing so well.
He's
great.
He's one of the top scorers, isn't he, old Musiala?
Yeah, but Jude Bellingham, of course, is in my squad.
Yeah. Jude's that goal, just unbelievable.
Saved England.
Yeah. Okay, so then back into the league against Swansea, who featured heavily in this episode by all accounts. 3-0 win. Dylan with 2 goals. Ozil with the third. Says fantastic first half performance against spirited and skillful Swansea.
Oh, okay.
So maybe this was the time that Michu was in the team.
Maybe.
What a weird
was
time this would
Brendan
be.
Rodgers the manager at this point?
No. Was he? I don't know. So Michu joins the season after this one in real life. Anyway, but it says
Just
here,
check who the manager was, Miles.
Oh, God.
Because Brendan Rodgers sort of made his reputation at Swansea, didn't he?
Yeah.
With that style of attacking football.
Yeah, it was Brendan Rodgers. You're right. Yeah. So, yeah.
And that's when he was the really promising, young, attacking manager. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
It says here, Dylan in this game scores his 100th club goal.
Yeah.
So it's a momentous season for old Dylan, this one, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Getting some good goals in there. Then home against Norwich City. So you're
if you want to see Dylan, by the way, he's in last week's episode.
Listen to watch the previous episode. You can see the North London legend that is.
Yeah.
So then home against Norwich City in the second minute, Dylan scores again. He's on fire.
He's on fire. Yes, he is.
Then Mesut Ozil in the 63rd. However, 2 goals in the last 10 minutes for Norwich City.
Really?
Mean it's a 2-2 draw. 81st and 89th
Are
minute.
we at home or away?
You're at home.
We're at home.
You can see the 2 goals in the last 9 minutes. That's crazy.
What does it say about it? What's the
So
summary?
it says 2 points dropped.
Yes.
Rip Norwich open with a brilliant move to score early, then become increasingly careless.
Sloppy.
It says here,
That's the word, isn't it?
substitute changed the game. Norwich fight back to score 2 late goals. Poor performance. Oh, Bob.
Wow.
Not good. And that now puts you down to second. City have overtaken you on goal difference.
Right.
You've all played 27 games. City top on 66 points.
How many goals
plus
have they
50.
scored?
They've scored 69.
Yeah.
North London second on 66 points. You've scored 61 goals with a plus 44 goal difference. And United on 64 points. They're 2 points back from you, and they've got plus 39 goal difference. So it's really close.
Yes, it is.
With 11 games of the season left.
So this is when City have just started to get good, isn't it?
Yeah.
They've got Aguero now, haven't they? And
I guess, they're really starting to come good. So, Bob, let's move into the Champions League.
Okay.
Now that we're in February. So, as we left last episode, the last 16 you're against Marseille.
Yes.
And the first leg is a 0-0 draw.
Right.
It says third European game without a goal.
I keep thinking about that comment on the...
Yeah, I know. Sitting deep in the hallway playing for a 0-0 draw against himself. Again, watch the last episode if you haven't seen that. Somebody left a quote tweet. It was very funny. So a 0-0 draw.
Yeah.
In between that, Bob.
Yes.
A 1-1 draw with Chelsea in the league.
Right.
Difficult game of attrition. It says here. Packed midfield, no space. Weber with the goal there.
Right.
But then, the second leg against Marseille.
Okay.
6-0.
Oh, well, that's more like it. What have I put?
As it's, Ozil with 2, Weber with 2, Bennett and Benzema, who actually hasn't been in the scorers recently.
No.
Says here, tear Marseille apart, but at a cost.
Oh, no.
Marseille end match with 9 men following horrendous tackles on Ozil and Bennett, both likely to be out for several weeks. Oh no. Ozil has his best game for the club, opening Marseille up at will.
Right. So who's out? Miles?
Ozil and Bennett likely to be out for several weeks, following horrendous tackles.
I think Marseille got very, very frustrated.
Oh, well, yeah, they would have done 6-0 loss.
So what was the lineup then?
I'm in goal. So you've got Booker at right back, Godin and Astor at centre-back with Bennett at left-back, Schweinsteiger and Weber in defensive mid, Pato, Ozil and Dylan across midfield, and Toklo up front.
Right.
Replaced by Benzema towards the end. So
So how come Benzema was only on the bench then?
I think he might have been injured recently.
Yeah,
possibly.
maybe.
I mean, he comes off the bench and scores.
Yeah. I didn't make a note of that. Because if you notice, there's a little thing where you get subs.
Yeah. And,
so that's the bench.
Yeah.
And then a little thing with injuries.
Yeah. Well, in this one, it says injuries. Yeah, Rossi, Ozil, Haynes and Booker are in the injuries list for the next game.
Yeah.
So
Rossi.
I know, Giuseppe Rossi. The next game, which is a game against Spurs away. 3-1 win. Very nice. Kaká, Haynes and Benzema.
Yep.
Freddie Haynes.
North London derby.
I suppose it is, yeah.
Yep.
It says third goal is team's 100th in all competitions this season.
Wow.
So banging them in finally. Then, big fixture this, at home against Man City.
Oh, go on.
Massive game. And it's a 2-0 win.
Yes.
Alexandre Pato from a corner.
Okay.
And Mats Hummels in the 35th minute.
Mats Hummels.
Yeah, and so at the start of April, it means that you're level on points with United, both on 73.
Yes.
And you've both played a game less than City, who are on 71 points. So if you can win the next game, things are starting to open up a little bit, which is good news.
Is this Sir Alex's last season as Man United?
11-12, yeah, possibly is.
Yeah,
maybe. Yeah, interesting.
But then that was the one that he went on to win by 11 points or something, wasn't it?
I don't know. I'm not sure. Well, I guess we'll find out, won't we? Champions League, Bob, quarterfinal, you have Bayern Munich. Big game.
Okay.
And the first leg of which ends in a 2-1 victory at home.
Right.
Mesut Ozil and Toklo with the goals. Late Bayern goal puts tie on a knife edge, it says here. Right. 85th minute, they got a goal back.
But Mesut Ozil had been out for several weeks, so presumably this I suppose there are a few weeks, aren't there, between the two?
We've had a few games in between. Yeah. Because then the next game in the league, in between the quarterfinal legs, is against Wigan away.
Yes.
And again, Mesut Ozil scores in the 83rd minute, Benzema in the 90th. So he's obviously returned from his injury, and you win the game 2-0.
I wonder how he could have returned so quickly, though.
Maybe
I just forgot.
Maybe it was better than the first thought.
Yes, the injury.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose you can in this world, can't you? You can just forget about injuries.
I suppose.
Yeah.
But no, normally I'm pretty good about that, though, actually. Who was the other one that was really badly hurt in that match?
Bennett. He's in the team again now.
Is he? Oh.
But to be fair, there's been quite a few games, so it would have been a few weeks.
Yeah, okay.
So, but it says here, possibly best performance of the season.
Which one is it again,
The
Miles?
2-0 win against Wigan, which is an interesting game to say that it's the best of the season. But it says, dominate long periods of possession, restrict Wigan to 2 long-range shots, whole team plays well.
There we go.
Just an overall performance.
Yeah.
Let's hope we can continue that into the second leg of the quarterfinal against Bayern Munich.
Which
2-1 from the first leg.
Yes.
Second leg, a 1-1 draw, so you do just scrape through. It says massive defensive performance, headed goal from a Pato cross by Benzema in the 66th minute. Bayern Munich got an 88th minute goal.
To equalise. Gosh, that must have been quite tense then, the last.
Yeah, massive defensive performances. So that leaves you in a semi-final against Real Madrid. Oh wow. We're getting to the business point of the season, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, back to the league. 4-0 against Wolves.
Squeaky bum time.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So 4-0 against Wolves. Benzema, Redmond, Weber and Eriksson. Loose first half performance, it says here. Wolves have several chances. Second goal against the run of play. Victory sealed with fabulous. Fabulous. I sound like Steve McLaren at 20 again, don't I? A fabulous long-range strike from Christian Eriksen.
Yes.
Anyway, 4-0 win.
I mean, it might be that you're watching this with open-eyed incredulity, because it's not just the scores and everything else, but the very detailed summaries that I do of the matches afterwards. Because
it's mental, isn't it?
you see, I have this piece of paper on the kitchen table, and as I'm playing the matches, I jot everything down.
Yeah.
So particularly the summaries, as I'm playing, if I've just scored an absolutely fantastic goal, I put that in the summary.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
As you would. I mean, I
because
guess.
Otherwise you don't remember.
Yeah.
And the detail of these is really quite amazing, isn't it?
It makes it very cool.
But as I'm playing and as I'm jotting it all down, it really is making a real-time commentary of the match and how it's doing.
It's like a diary entry.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, anyway, next game in the league, away at Villa Park.
Right.
0-0 against Aston Villa.
Okay.
So they've held you to a draw. No notes for this one, so possibly this was a...
The one thing with 0-0s, I don't always play the 0-0s. If there's a situation where I just can't play a match that week, then the way I overcome that is just simply to jot it down as a 0-0.
Yeah, which is fair enough.
Which is fair enough,
I think it works out.
I think.
So
that would explain the 0-0s when they do crop up.
Yeah. But then that leads you into the Champions League's semi-final.
Okay.
Against Real Madrid. First leg. Yeah. Home at the Livingston Stadium.
Right.
And it's a 3-1 victory.
Wow.
A very good performance by all accounts. Dylan with another goal.
Yes.
Bennett from left back and Eriksen in the 87th minute. It says here, you actually noted down that the goal scorer for Real Madrid was Ronaldo in this case.
Cristiano
in
Ronaldo.
In the 61st minute. No notes for that either. So it was just a solid 3-1, I guess. In between that, you've got a game at home against Everton in the league. 3-3.
Gosh.
Massive draw. And actually, Ozil saves the day with a 94th minute equaliser. Everton plays superbly. Controversial equaliser comes deep into added time. Why was it controversial?
I don't know. Does it say?
It doesn't say.
I don't know.
No. Well,
maybe it's because everybody was going.
Yeah, possibly. It was
time.
Bobby time was in play again.
Bobby time.
Yeah. And then the next game in the league is another big scoring game. 4-2 against Newcastle away. Godin, an own goal. Benzema and Hummels.
Godin own goal?
No, sorry, Godin from a corner, an own goal.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
Benzema and Hummels for you guys.
Right.
Interestingly, so here, so you've got the subs. You've got you've got 5 injuries here. Haynes, Ozil, Dylan, Villa, and Rossi are all out. And it also says Weber is suspended. That's the first time I've ever seen a suspension noted down, Bob. He's got too many yellow cards.
Yes.
Well, actually, it doesn't say suspended. It says sus. So maybe he's suspicious.
Sus, S-U-S.
Yeah, it must be suspended, I guess.
Yeah.
Right. So, big 4-2 win against Newcastle.
Okay.
Second leg then of the Real Madrid tie.
Okay.
3-1 from the first leg.
Yes.
Are you ready?
Right, go on.
Real Madrid 5, North London 3. Oh my God. So I think you're through on away goals.
I am. What?
It says you're 4-1 down with 8 minutes left. North London scored 2 goals in 3 minutes to book place in final. Injuries and Weber sending off. His lack of discipline at the moment from him, isn't there? Leads to a chaotic last few minutes. Oh my God, what a game.
So we're 4-1 down.
Yeah, with 8 minutes left. So Ozil scored in the 39th minute.
Yes.
That's after Real Madrid scored in the 31st and 36th, and then in the 74th.
Yes.
And then in the 80th.
Yes.
So you are 4-1 down. So 82nd, Benzema with a goal.
Right.
85th, Weber, before he got sent off. And then Real Madrid got a 92nd minute goal, but it wasn't enough. And you're through on away goals. What an incredible time.
So overall then, it was the...
I guess it was... So what was the
6-6, but I got 3 away goals.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
Wow. That's a hell of a match, isn't it?
That's got to be an all-time great,
So
right?
what's the lineup quickly?
I'm in goal. You got Ben Barnard at right back with Bennett at left back, Godin and Haynes at centre back.
Oh, that's a great... Now, that centre back pairing was really special.
Yeah. Schweinsteiger and Hummels in defensive mid, Pato, Weber and Ozil behind Benzema.
Right.
Starting lineup.
So Weber playing central
attacking
midfield.
mid, yeah.
Wow.
Sounds it, yeah. But he got sent off. So right, avert your eyes for a second, Bob, because I'm going to find out who the final's against without revealing the score.
Okay.
You got Chelsea in the Champions League final. And Chelsea actually in real life here are not doing quite so well in the league. So we'll see how it goes. Anyway, next up in the league, you've got 3 games left in the league.
Okay.
So Arsenal is the first of those, and it's a 1-1 draw. Weber with another goal.
Right.
After coming back from his suspension. So you've got you've got 2 games left to play.
Okay.
City and United have got 1 game left to play.
Okay.
And they're both level on points with 86, and you have got 85. Wow. So it's really, really tight. And as it stands, it's in your hands. If you can win both your 2 games, you're there.
I hope we don't have another end of season collapse like we did last time.
Let's see.
I should imagine the Real Madrid match has taken quite a lot out of us, quite frankly.
Well, I would have thought so. Yeah,
really.
Let's see then, shall we? So the final 2 games, you've been handed a fairly easy for final 2 games, to be fair.
Okay.
QPR and then Bolton.
Oh, right.
Two final games. So you'd think, wouldn't you?
Don't tell me.
First game against QPR away.
Yes.
And it's a 4-0 win.
Yeah, that's what I like. Yeah.
Dylan with another goal, Pato, an own goal, and Freddie Haynes make it 4-0, which means basically it's down to you. If you win your last game of the season, you are champions. Home against Bolton Wanderers. Before we find that out, let's just see in the sequence, because we haven't looked at the cup competitions because they're on a different page,
That's
aren't they?
true.
So let's just see if you've got very far in the cups. So in the FA Cup, you are indeed through to the FA Cup final.
Oh,
so this is a possible treble on the cards
We've
here.
got a treble on the right.
So in the cup,
Carling Cup, where are we with that?
The Carling Cup, I think you went out early. Yeah, you lost to Liverpool in the in the 4th round of the Carling Cup.
Right.
FA Cup.
Yes.
Let's just go through it, shall we? Because this might be interesting.
Yes.
The 3rd round, you got a 3-3 draw against Gillingham and won on penalties. Oh, sorry, no. 3-3 draw. And then the replay, you won 3-1.
Against Gillingham. Right.
Then Derby County in the 4th round was a 2-0 win.
Yes.
Crawley Town in the 5th round was a 2-1 win. You then have a chance to get revenge against Liverpool in the quarterfinals, and you beat them 4-2. Mm-hmm. And then in the semi-final, you beat Everton 3-1, which sets you up with an FA Cup final against Chelsea.
Whoa, so we're playing them in the Champions League final and the FA Cup final?
Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
So, but first of all, the final home game of the season.
Yes.
And you basically, if you win.
If I beat Bolton, then the league is mine.
Indeed it is. Ready then, Bob? Have you bottled it like previously?
Please.
The final score?
Yep.
North London 6, Bolton Wanderers 0. Stormed to the title with a brilliant, comprehensive, high-tempo performance. 23 clean sheets in the league. Bloody hell. Benzema with 2. Weber, Pato, Haynes and Schweinsteiger get you a 6-0 win.
Yes.
And North London win the league with 91 points over Man City in second on 89.
When you get into the 90s, that's a hell of a thing.
This could well be the Aguero season, because it says here, in real life, City won the league with 89 points. United also had 89 points, but they had a better goal difference.
Yes.
Was that
the
season?
Aguero season.
Yeah, there you go. Anyway, so 6-0. So the first...
It was the Aguero.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, one of the worst moments of my life.
Yeah, really.
So...
Yes.
The league is claimed.
Yes.
The FA Cup and Champions League to follow.
Yes. Are we going to have a final round of pointless, by the way?
Well, let's do that in between the FA Cup and the Champions League finals.
Yes.
So first off, Chelsea in the FA Cup final before Chelsea in the Champions League final.
Yes.
Okay, Wembley. The scene is set.
Yes.
Chelsea versus North London. The final score.
Okay.
North London 1.
Yes.
Chelsea 2.
Wow.
So they claim the FA Cup final.
Okay.
So that's one of the 2 so far.
Yes.
Right. So Champions League final to follow against Chelsea. You're going to hope for some revenge here, Bob. I hope.
Yes.
Before that, let's do a final. Let's do a final football.
So you can't win
show.
everything.
No, true. Okay. Oh, this is quite a good one, and quite topical with the rest of the season that's been going on, seeing as Liverpool and Real Madrid have featured heavily.
Yes.
Name any player to play for both Liverpool and Real Madrid since 1992.
Whoa, that's a good one, isn't it?
Okay.
Wow.
So, off the top of my head.
Okay.
Here we go. I'm just going to rattle off some. Michael Owen, Steve McManaman, Morientes played for Liverpool, didn't he?
Yes, he did. I think. Yeah.
I think Fernando Morientes played for Liverpool.
God, that's a really good question.
Liverpool and Real Madrid. Morata never played for Liverpool, did he? No.
No, he played for Chelsea, didn't he? I don't follow the Liverpool team selection quite as obviously as closely as we do United.
No, that's tough, man.
Yes, it is.
And play along at home. If we're missing anybody completely obvious, please let us know.
So Michael Owen, Steve McManaman.
Yeah, and Fernando. I'm sure Morientes did.
Yes.
Xabi Alonso.
Yes, good shout.
Well, should we make a decision on the ones that we've got? Can you think of any more?
Morientes.
You think Morientes?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that might be the least likely to have been guessed, right?
Yeah.
Having said that, I got a point, 100
So
points.
who are the 10 then?
Well, should we find out? Should we lock in Morientes?
Yeah, let's
lock
do
in
that.
your answers at home.
Yeah.
And let's find out. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
most likely,
Okay.
Xabi Alonso, 67.
Yes.
Michael Owen, 61.
Yes.
Steve McManaman, 33.
Okay.
Fabinho, 18. I forgot you played for Real Madrid for a bit. Alvaro Arbeloa, the fullback. Yeah,
Right.
I remember. I think he went from Liverpool to Real Madrid, possibly.
Right.
Nicolas Anelka. He would have been 8 points.
Yes.
Jersey Dudek. God, I've completely forgot he played for Real Madrid. To be fair, I actually forgot that. 3.
Yeah.
Fernando Morientes, 2.
Yes.
We've redeemed ourselves.
We have.
There were 2 pointless answers. Nuri Sahin, a Turkish midfielder. Again, I completely forgot he played for either of them. And Antonio Nunez, who I don't even know if I know who that is, to be honest.
No.
So anyway, 2 points. So
Yes.
we did all right there, Bob.
Yes.
Let us know how you did at home. So in total then, we did okay. We got that 100, 102, it was like 120-ish, didn't we?
Yes,
So it's not terrible out of 3 answers.
Not terrible.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
But not great. It was the 100 that did us.
Sorry.
Wasn't it?
If only Michu had scored that hat trick, we would have been great.
Yeah.
Anywho,
Yeah.
all right. So
Okay.
so there we go. So that's football pointless for the day then, Bob.
Okay.
Now the big one.
Okay.
Champions League final against Chelsea.
Yes.
So can you remember what happened in this?
No, I haven't got a clue. Honestly, I don't remember at all.
Should we find out?
Yeah, go on.
Ready? Final score.
Okay.
Chelsea 3, North London 1.
Whoa.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
It says
What does it say?
It says cruel scoreline does not represent the run of play. So Chelsea scored first in the 37th.
Yeah.
Haynes in the 67th, and then Chelsea 88th. And a 91st minute own goal.
Oh my
Seal the Champions League with Chelsea.
goodness.
So somehow they've done the double.
Yes.
You come away with just the league. And Chelsea in real life finished 7th in this season. So amazing. And
Finished 7th, did they?
apparently, yeah.
Wow.
So you've
But they beat me in
the FA Cup and Champions League finals.
right.
So you come away.
So the final list of silverware then for the season,
is
just the
Premier League.
Premier League.
Yeah. I'll just double check because I can't remember whether he won the Charity Shield. Champions League beaten finalists, FA Cup beaten finalists, Carling Cup 4th round, Premier League winners.
Wow.
So just the Premier League
Just
in
the
the
Premier
silverware
League.
cabinet.
Well.
Interesting. Anyway,
Yeah.
so top goal scorers, unsurprisingly, Benzema smashed it this season. He got 30 goals in all competition. Ozil got 15.
Yeah.
Toklov 14. Dylan 13.
Yes.
Weber with 9. Ericsson with a very good breakout season at 18 years old, got 8 goals.
Yes.
As did Freddie Haynes and Kaká. And then loads of random other players. Simon Astor with 1. He'll be pleased about that. I know Simon
Yes.
listens to the show, so
Yes.
congrats, Si. So there we go.
Wow.
Just the Premier League.
So how do we see this season then? It was sort of quite good without being outstanding.
Well, it could have been brilliant, couldn't it?
could have been the trouble.
And really, when you think about it,
Chelsea.
Chelsea, bogey team or
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
But you got to the final of every major competition, really.
Yes.
But in the end, just the Premier League. So
Yes.
maybe you're the owner of the club, Bob. How are you feeling about the season?
But it was okay. I mean, let's face it, for any team to win the Premier League, that's not a bad season, is it?
Mm-hmm.
But when you get so close, when we're in the
everything
final
else.
of the FA Cup
mean,
and the Champions
losing
League.
the Champions League like that
and
in the last
losing
3 minutes.
both of them
Oh.
to Chelsea, that's not great. Trevor Nelson will be absolutely thrilled.
He will. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
unlucky.
So next time we're
2012 to 13.
2012 to
then you're going
13.
to want to bounce back.
We are.
And
we could have another little look, couldn't we, at the progress of our squad players in the Euros.
the Euros. Well, I guess the next episode will probably be the last one before the final. I think
It will.
So we'll be reflecting on whether England have made it or not. Although, will the fixtures have been played by then? I can't remember. Anyway,
England's will.
okay. Well, either way, we'll be there. We'll find out, won't we?
Yeah.
Very good. So, thank you everybody for listening again. Please do follow us on socials. We're posting clips of stuff all the time at A Game of No Halves. If you want to give us a follow across there, we post little previews and little behind the scenes clips and loads of other content. If you could rate us 5 stars if you're enjoying and subscribe on the various podcast platforms, that'd be amazing. Thank you for all the support over the last
we've
few
been in
weeks.
the charts again.
I know it's been
It's
been
fabulous. We're in the middle of a little chart run.
I know. There we go.
just love it.
Yeah, so loving it. So thank you for all the support. It's been amazing. Bob, any parting words for the audience before we go?
Well, yes, I'm just hoping that we continue our climb up the Hot 100.
Yeah, right, yeah. And obviously looking forward to next season. We'll be finding out about the signings that are coming in during the summer transfer window. And we'll hopefully build on the success of the Premier League from this season then, Bob.
Yeah. And also thanks to everybody behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Who worked so hard on this show, you know. The whole team, actually, we just want to say thanks very much.
Indeed. And Richard, our editor, is an absolute ledge and makes us look and sound good.
Well,
then,
speak for yourself.
Well, yeah, maybe. Anyway, we'll see you next week. Thank you, everybody, for listening. And we'll catch you soon. From me and Bob, goodbye.
Bye-bye.